Do you love looking at the sky? As many of you know, I love photography and dabble in it. And here's a couple pictures. First one of the sun, a nice sunset picture taken from the Gulf Coast, looking west as the sun was setting over the ocean. And I think it's a beautiful picture. Secondly, here's a picture of the moon, and the moon is a particularly difficult subject to photograph. I have a lot more bad photographs of the moon than good ones. But God uses both the sun and the moon to teach us something very significant about himself. We're going to talk about that right now. I want to take you to Jeremiah chapter 31, verses 35 and 36, where God does talk about the sun and the moon. It says there, "Thus says the Lord, who gives the sun for a light by day, the ordinances of the moon and the stars for a light by night, who disturbs the sea and its waves roar. The Lord of hosts is his name. If these ordinances depart from before me, says the Lord, then the seed of Israel shall also cease from being a nation before me forever." Now, obviously, in the context, this is written to the nation of Israel. And God promises, if the sun continues in its orbit and it continues to give its light, if the moon continues moving through its phases as it goes around the earth, as long as you see those things continue, my promises to you are secure. If ever those things cease, then not so sure. But the fact that he calls attention to something they know about and something that we can experience should encourage us today. When you see the sun come up in the morning, or you see a brilliant sunset in the evening, when you feel its warmth on your face, when its light lightens your home or lightens your day, be reminded, God is still keeping his promises. When you see the moon in the night sky, whether a full moon or a crescent, or somewhere in between, be reminded that that's a picture of God's faithfulness. The fact of the matter is this: every promise he's ever made, every promise he has made to you, he will keep. It's just as reliable as the sunrise and the sunset, just as reliable as the movements of the moon. God will keep his promises. You can count on it. Why don't you get into his word today and find one or two of those promises and cling tightly to them? You'll find some encouragement, and that just might recharge your soul today.